From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather at noon.
Hey folks, good afternoon. Hope you've had a nice day so far. Yeah, sure enough, we got some of that sleepy weather out there. Thanks for joining me for your March 9th edition of your live weather at noon from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. There are those mid-50s here in northwestern Alabama that we were talking about. Still not quite in that warming trend yet. That's going to be by tomorrow. Dew points in the 30s, so we're dry right now here. We still have some scattered shower activity, but it's not so widespread at the moment. Same for southern middle Tennessee here in Lawrenceburg as well. Mid-60s or mid-50s rather is the story. Dew points in the lower 30s. Winds kind of calm right now, but generally at a northeast, east-northeast at 5-10 miles an hour at times. There are those scattered showers that we've been seeing here through today, but really not quite as widespread as was forecast, so that's nice, but we still do hold that threat. I say threat, that chance really more so. It's not a big deal through tonight and into the early hours tomorrow morning, but they really fade out pretty quickly. By tomorrow, looking fantastic. Monday is the beginning of a warming trend back to the 60s in due time, but not before tonight. We get back down to the 30s. A couple of us maybe in that freezing range here up here in southern middle Tennessee, so it's kind of good that we're not seeing so much of that rain because wouldn't want anything of that to freeze. You know, if it's getting down to 32 degrees, yeah, the drier the better. You don't want any of that precipitation on the grass or anything like that. But yeah, tomorrow looks fine. I think we really begin that warming trend for Monday. We're going to be in the upper 60s for highs. Lovely day out there, not a cloud in sight. Tuesday just continues that trend. In fact, we get high pressure creeping in, kind of sending that moisture around the gears, so to speak, moving that into the Tennessee Valley, rather, warming us up to the mid-70s by that midweek time frame. And that does have some implications of the forecast. I'll say that much. We have this system off to our west, and by late Wednesday night into Thursday, a few rumbles of thunder, some showers moving through. That's our first shot at some precipitation, but we're continuing to see that moisture surge up into this developing mid-latitude cyclone, as we call it. I mean, this thing is going to be very, very deep, what we call the millibar scale, and on the millibar scale, it's going to be like 970 millibars. And if you know anything about the depth of low pressure systems, that is remarkably low for this time of year. So it's pulling a lot of moisture into that, and that's going to eventually push east with time here. And that remarkably strong system will be increasing our thunderstorm chances locally. And when I say thunderstorms, I don't just mean that run-of-the-mill pop-up type stuff. We are talking the chance of some severe weather as well. So the storms are still going to be to our west on Friday, right? It develops through Thursday evening, Thursday night, and then by Friday, that's whenever we start to see that severe threat develop. So we're going to be watching the Mississippi Delta out towards Arkansas, Missouri, all the way up to St. Louis, even the southeastern portions of Iowa for some severe weather threats on Friday afternoon. Then late Friday night into the first half of Saturday, that threat pushes east into the Tennessee Valley, and we see some scattered strong to severe storms across the area. Here again, this is an overnight situation with all hazards possible, and you got to think about what all hazards means. That's damaging winds, that's hail greater than 1 inch in diameter, and the threat for tornadoes. All of those are there, so we need to keep a very, very close eye on that. The threat does not go away either by the time we're heading into Saturday afternoon. We kind of see the system re-up on itself, and we still hold on to those additional threats of severe weather as that system continues to gather energy as it pushes east. Still the chance of severe weather, damaging winds, hail, tornadoes, all of those are possible. We also have a flooding threat with this because as those storms develop through the last 12 hours of this, they kind of train on themselves. We could see a lot of precipitation in the same areas, so we kind of have a four-way risk in this respect. Damaging winds, hail, in the supercells especially, tornado threat, flooding threat. When all is said and done with it, it is going to be a very rambunctious end to this week and into next weekend. So we need to keep a very close eye on that. And of course, since this is mainly a nocturnal threat, at least in terms of the first portion of it, because of course Saturday we see a lot of that too, but for Friday night, have a good way to get warnings. Do want to mention this, just as good advice in general, because we are getting into severe weather season. Go ahead, download our app. You can get notifications when we go live there, free all the time. You can scan this QR code here. And a NOAA Weather Radio is very useful. Let's get wake a dead man from his grave is what I like to say. And hey, if you have a weather radio, hopefully you replaced those batteries yesterday. It's good to do that about every 6 months, so you should be pretty primed in that respect to get some warnings. Just wanted to throw that out there because, of course, it's March. We're heading into severe weather season, and the end of the week and next weekend, it's not letting us forget that. Got those severe weather chances possible that we're going to keep a very, very close eye on. First half of the week, though, looks pretty good. Looks like Wednesday night, Thursday morning, we do see some showers. Those are probably not going to be any severe weather, anything like that. That does not look like that. Just some scattered updrafts popping up here and there, a couple of rumbles of thunder, that sort of deal. I would not be too worried about that. And of course, as we head through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, hey, nice conditions on that respect.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.